we have Lee on the line. Lee is calling in from Washington, and Lee's got a great question. He is wondering about how to talk to his 10-year-old daughter about expressing same-sex attraction. Lee, did I get that right? Welcome. You're on the air.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're in the ballpark. My 10-year-old daughter has been talking for, I don't know, past few months now. She keeps asking me how I would view her if she was attracted to her same gender.
Okay.
And some of the things, one is I keep trying to avoid is I'm trying to normalize it for her.
Good start.
My first reaction was to say something along the lines of, hey, you know what, you can love who you want to love. You know, it's not an issue. But I refrain myself from saying that because she's having a hard time with it. She feels like she's abnormal. So I don't want to put the words choice in there because then she can think, well, this isn't normal, and if I can choose, then I'll just be attracted to boys. So
Sure.
I want to refrain from using, choice and all that kind of stuff from the language. And so, yeah, so, and I understand, from a lot of, and if I use improper language, please correct me because I'm way out of my field here and comfort zone. So if I use the improper language, please correct me.
You're doing well so far, Lee. Go on.
So from what I've heard from a lot of, gay people and the LGBT plus community is they realize at a very young age where their leanings were. So I don't want to dismiss it as a phase on the off chance that it's not. And I'd like to be able to help her navigate, through these feelings that she's having, because the most concerning thing is she feels it's wrong. And I don't know why that is, because my wife and I are relatively, open and accepting of pretty much any lifestyle. We've made no secret of that. So it may be coming from her friends at school. I don't know. She, all of her, they're getting interested in boys now, I guess. And she feels like, I guess, on the outskirts of that. So anyways, I've rambled enough, but I just wanted to get some resources and advice on how to properly help her navigate through her feelings.
Sure. I will defer to those among those around me that have master's degrees and associate's degrees, and then I will give you my layperson's perspective as the parent of 2 bisexual daughters. So either one of y'all, whichever one wants to jump in.
Sure. I'll go ahead and go first and just say, Lee, I recognize that this is a little bit awkward or uncomfortable for you, and it is important enough to feel a little bit anxious about. Like, this matters, right? So a little bit of nervousness is appropriate for that reason alone. At the same time, if she's having these types of conversations with you at 10, I feel super confident about what you're doing and about the direction that you're heading in. That's not to say that this isn't an important time and that it doesn't matter what you say, but I do want to suggest that if you're already having these types of conversations, you're in really, really good shape. So that tension, that nervousness that you're feeling, I'm going to let you have a little bit of permission to kind of take your hands off the reins and not stress and strain over it so much. The most important piece is I feel like you're already hitting on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
No, I apologize. I talked over you. The nervousness for me isn't so much with the subject matter. It's I don't want to say the wrong thing that's going to cause her to kind of not derail, that's too strong a word, but it's going to cause her to, I don't know. I just don't want to say the wrong thing to her. Like I said, the whole concept of choice and you can choose who you love, I immediately remove that from the vocabulary because no, it's not a choice. This is not a choice for you. This is who you are as a person.
And we could have some nuanced conversation about how, your attraction is not a choice, but who you are in a relationship is a choice. And we would hope that you would choose to be with people that you're attracted to. And, there's some value in all of that, but she's 10. So I think that the most valuable thing that you can do is to continue to encourage her to be herself, to know that whoever herself is fine and great and wonderful. I'd like to say that you could treat this the same as cis attraction and not denormalize it by talking about the distinctions between being gay and straight. But I also know that eventually being gay or bi or pan or whatever label she eventually comes to is probably going to come with some extra barriers. And, we'd like to hope that as she grows older, those barriers will get lower and lower. But even now, I'm sure that she's feeling some of that pressure. So it's okay to acknowledge that bigotry exists. It's okay to talk to her about the fact that, some people feel this way and that's wrong. But more than anything, I think that if you just continue to reinforce the idea that you love her, that she is great however she is, and that whoever she loves is great with you, that you've already done 95% of the work, and the rest of it you'll figure out as you go. I don't at all want to dismiss your question or make it sound like I'm saying, it's fine, because these are incredibly important issues. But more than anything, I would encourage you to have some compassion for yourself. Recognize that it's okay that you may not know exactly what to say, that you may not say exactly the right thing. But the more consistently you gently say, I love you, however you are, the better off you're going to be. And no one thing that you say anxiously is going to make this situation turn on its heel. The way that you've been raising her is going to continue to be relevant.
I would also.
I appreciate. The main thing that I've been trying to do is just really normalize it. It's you're not weird. It's not a weird thing. It's who you are. I told her the other day that, and I don't know if this is the right thing or not, but she's like, well, all my friends like boys. I'm like, baby, you like tater tots instead of French fries. It's still potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still
Excellent
love.
analogy.
It's still potatoes. They're still people. I like it.
Yeah. I would also, because she's only 10, you can let her know that she has time to figure this stuff out. She doesn't have to know right now. One of my favorite stories about a cousin of mine was when she was 13, she turned to her mom and went, I don't know what I am yet. I'm okay with that. And it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, even if she does turn out to be disappointingly straight and cis or whatever, she's still got time to figure that out. She's only 10.
Yeah, absolutely. If I could offer you my three tidbits of layman's wisdom, it's that one line that helped me talking to my children about their sexuality is that it's not something you choose, it's something that you're going to discover, right? Like and there is no destination, right? It's something you're going to develop over time. You don't like Dianna said, you don't have to choose because it's a process of discovery. It's not a process of choice. Second, I would say try to listen more than you talk. Encourage your kids to talk to you. It sounds like you've done an amazing job already, but listen more, talk less. And third, end each of those conversations with a hug.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
and I'm sorry, I didn't catch one. I got Christy and I got Dianna, and I didn't catch the third person's name, and I apologize.
I don't matter. Don't worry about it, Lee.
Come on, man, you definitely matter.
I'm Nate.
We all matter. Nate, I apologize, Nate. Do any of you have any reading material you'd recommend? Any books or any articles or any of that type of stuff that could just help navigate this landscape a little bit?
Yeah, so you're cribbing a little bit from my notes for the end of the show, and so I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more, but I'll say that sexpositivefamilies.com is the absolute best resource that I can ever point to in these types of situations. We were lucky enough to have Melissa Carney on this show a couple of years ago. She has put together a incredible collection of resources. You can break it down by the age of your child, by the gender of your child, by the particular issue that you're looking to address or discuss. Sex Positive Families is a remarkable organization. I don't know myself of a particular book that I would point towards, but I know that they're going to have a really wonderful collection of things to take a look at. And I just can't say enough nice things about everything that they've got together at that website.
Perfect. I'll definitely take a look at that.
Awesome. Well, Lee, I want to thank you very much for calling in. That was a great conversation, and kudos to you. Like, I wish that I had a dad like you when I was 10. The world needs more dads like you, Lee. Is there anything you wanted to say before we let you go?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Also, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to RFR. I was chatting with them a couple days ago about this issue.
Cool.
And great organization. They were very instrumental. Kind of pointed me towards you guys a little bit. I've heard of you guys before, but I've never watched the show. I hear it plugged all the time. I just never watched it because, honestly, it didn't really apply until now. I hope that's okay.
Sure. No, I'll tell you what, we actually did an episode just last week in more detail about how to talk to your kids about sexuality and how to raise good allies and all of those types of things. So if you didn't catch the show last week, that episode may actually serve your purposes really well here.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check that out. Absolutely, we'll check that out. And then also, last thing, the call screener I spoke to. I don't know what her name was, but she was amazing. She was fantastic.
Hey, well, we'll pass it on. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm really glad that we were here and able to help. And please stay in touch. Let us know how these conversations go. Feel free to shoot us an email or to give us a call. We'd love to hear how these things progress and offer you whatever support we can.
Appreciate it. Will do. And thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Take
Lee.
care.
All right, you guys have a good one.
And as a former helpline agent for Recovering from Religion and community moderator for those folks, I would like to reiterate Lee's endorsement that the folks over at Recovering Religion that work the helpline are some of the best, most empathetic, helpful folks that I have ever met in my career as an activist. That is admittedly fairly short, but they actually sent me the way of the Atheist Community of Austin, and I am eternally grateful. And I'm sure somebody in the chat is posting all the RFR links right now. But yes, if great resource to use. Absolutely.
Yeah, check out recoveringfromreligion.org. Really great organization.
Yes. Dr. Ray is a real sweetheart. Don't tell him I said that, though.